Hello and welcome to Michael's Minty Music for today. Today we review the soundtrack for F-Zero, released in 1990 as a launch title for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System in Japan. It was composed by Yumiko Kanki and Naoto Ishida and is available through the Nintendo Music app. This is the track listing, not too short here, but not super long, less than 30 minutes. And these are the tracks added to my playlist, 9 out of 14, so about 2/3 here. This album is definitely good. The songs here feel really fresh and interesting for Nintendo stuff, while still being kind of in the same style as some of the NES stuff. The techno rock synth here is really great, and basically every song is actually a decent length, 2-ish minutes. Most of the tracks feel like they go somewhere, and they don't just kind of repeat a simple melody like some of the older music. The heavy synthesized guitars and drum parts here are really taking advantage of the SNES's new sound capabilities, which is nice, good to hear. The flow of the album is fine. Pretty much all the songs are around 2 minutes, which is kind of perfect for flow. Never sitting on one sound for too long, but still getting some good time with each song. The opening and closing tracks are both pretty great, as well as the pseudo closing track, 12th track there, Results, which is kind of a final track, but not really. Some of the songs aren't super interesting, but every song is pretty unique in instrumentation and melody, so the variety helps the overall album pretty well, in my opinion. Additionally, the introduction of 2 new composers to the Nintendo Music lineup provides some much-needed variety here. Koji Kondo and Hirokazu Tanaga, both great composers, but it's nice to get some sort of diversity of thought in the catalog, so good to see that. My favorite track here is definitely Big Blue. It's one of those iconic F-Zero tracks, along with Mute City, which ended up everywhere, and for good reason, as it's pretty great. So, yeah, definitely my favorite one on this album. As the first F-Zero game, the soundtrack takes the only spot in the rankings. In terms of the overall SNES rankings, I rank F-Zero under Super Mario World, the other launch title for the system. I think the two are comparable in quality, and the length of Super Mario World ends up giving it more good tracks to work with. The flow is probably a bit better on F-Zero, and both albums are definitely really good, but I think that World is just a bit better here. So I think it is just a bit better. But both launch titles are really good in terms of music. And then for that reason, F-Zero doesn't take my top spot for 1990 for Nintendo soundtracks, since that stays with Super Mario World, same year. And since it doesn't beat out the other Nintendo stuff, it also can't beat out the overall album for the year, X by INXS, which is marginally better than both Super Mario World and F-Zero, with some really big actual hits on it. So yeah, that one keeps it. Thank you for watching. Next up is The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, an SNES classic. We're starting to get into the era of full-length albums for pretty much all the games here, with most of the soundtracks coming in at 1 to 2 hours. This was also the only Zelda game for the SNES, so it'll be interesting to see how it compares going forward. So stay tuned for that, and as always, stay minty.